Today we're diving into an exciting immigration pathway to Canada, the Atlantic Immigration Program, also known as AIP. If you are a skilled foreign worker or an international graduate who wants to live and work in one of Canada's most beautiful Atlantic provinces, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, or Newfoundland and Labrador, then this program might be your ticket to permanent residency. Let's break it all down step by step. Now, before we begin this video, a little introduction. Hi, everyone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shivani, and I'm a licensed immigration consultant from Waterloo, Ontario, and I'm also the founder of Zeste Immigration Services Incorporation. This channel is all about Canada immigration and languages. So if you're interested in these topics, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already, and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. The Atlantic Immigration Program is a pathway to permanent residency for people who have skills, education, and work experience and who are ready to contribute to the economy of Atlantic Canada. It's employer-driven. This means that designated employers in the Atlantic provinces can hire foreign workers and international graduates for jobs they haven't been able to fill locally. To be eligible, you need a job offer from a designated employer, and you must meet the program's requirements related to work experience, education, language ability, and settlement funds. Let's go into each of these one by one. Let's start with the work experience requirements. You must have worked at least 1,560 hours in the last 5 years. This is about 30 hours per week for 1 year. Let's look at what counts. Only paid work experience counts. Both part-time and full-time jobs are eligible. Self-employment doesn't count. Work can be inside or outside Canada as long as it was legal. Work done while studying does count as long as you've stayed within the allowed work limits. Your work experience should match one of the following tier categories under the NOC 2021. Tier 0, which is management jobs like restaurant or mine managers. Tier 1 is professional jobs requiring a university degree like doctors, architects. Tier 2, so skilled trades or technical jobs with at least 2 years of college or apprenticeship. Tier 3, jobs needing less than 2 years of college or on-the-job training. Tier 4, intermediate jobs like machine operators, sales workers, and caregivers. You must include the main duties and responsibilities listed under the NOC code. Now, what if you're an international graduate? Well, great news for you guys. If you have graduated from a recognized post-secondary institution in one of the Atlantic provinces, you don't need to meet the work experience requirement. But there are a few conditions. Your program must have been at least 2 years long. You must have graduated within the last 2 years. You studied full-time and you lived in the province where you studied for at least 16 months during the last 2 years of your study. Also, you must have had the proper study or training permits throughout your time in Canada. Now let's look at educational requirements. The level of education you need depends on the job offer's tier level. For tier 0 and 1, you need post-secondary credential like diploma, degree, or certificate from Canada or a foreign equivalent with an ECA report. For tier 2, 3, and 4, you need at least a Canadian high school diploma or the foreign equivalent with an ECA report. If you studied outside Canada, you must get an ECA, that means Educational Credential Assessment, from a designated organization. Now let's look at language requirements. You must meet minimum language requirements based on the tier category of your job. Here are the required CLB levels. CLB 5 for tier 0, 1, 2, and 3 position, and CLB 4 for tier 4 positions. You must take a test from an approved language testing organization. The results must be less than 2 years old when you apply. Even if you studied in Canada, you still need to provide test results. Now let's look at settlement funds. To show that you can support yourself and your family after you arrive, you'll need to prove you have enough money. The amount depends on your family size, and this includes dependents who aren't immigrating with you. However, if you're already living and working in Canada on a valid work permit, you do not need to show proof of funds. Now let's see the most important part, finding a job. You'll need a job offer from a designated employer in one of the Atlantic provinces. Make sure your job offer meets the following criteria. It must be full-time and non-seasonal. The job should be one that you are qualified for and likely to accept. For tier 0, 1, 2, or 3, the job must last at least 1 year after you become a permanent resident. And for tier 4, it must be permanent with no end date. Also, you and your spouse cannot own a majority share in the company offering the job. Now let's look at matching job offers to experience. Your job offer must be at the same tier level or higher than your previous work experience, but there are exceptions for international graduates and some healthcare jobs. For example, someone with experience as a licensed practical nurse could accept a job as a home healthcare worker and it would still be valid. When you receive a job offer, the employer will give you a form called Offer of Employment to Foreign National. You must sign it and keep a copy for your records. You'll need this later when working on your settlement plan and PR application under this program. Now let's look at how to prepare a document. So start gathering your documents as early as possible, and you'll need a language test result, an ECA report if applicable, proof of funds unless you're already working in Canada, a signed job offer form, other documents listed in the official checklist. So make sure everything is completed before you apply. Now let's look at the settlement plan. Once you have a job offer, your next step is to create a settlement plan. This plan will help you and your family adjust to life in Atlantic Canada. It includes resources, community contacts, and services to support your transition. These plans are free if you're already in Canada, work with a settlement service provider in the province where you'll be working. Or if you're outside Canada, ask your employer for help finding an approved service provider. If French is your first language, you can work with a Francophone service provider as well. You'll need to share a copy of the settlement plan with your employer and keep one for yourself. Let's look at what is certificate of endorsement. The final step before applying for PR under this program is getting your certificate of endorsement. Your employer will handle this by submitting your job offer to the provincial government for approval. Once approved, you'll receive your endorsement certificate in the mail. You must include the certificate in your PR application. The Atlantic Immigration Program is a fantastic opportunity for skilled workers and international graduates who want to build a new life in Atlantic Canada. It is structured, well-supported, and community-driven program. With the right job offer and the right documents, your journey to PR can be smoother than you think. If you're interested, start by reviewing job opportunities with designated employers in one of the 4 Atlantic provinces. And if you need professional help, then feel free to contact us at www.zestcanada.ca or simply go to the description box of this video where you'll find the link to book a consultation with me. If you do so, I'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you so much and thanks for tuning in even today. You'll see more immigration videos, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. See you guys next time in the next video. Take care.